Welcome to another edition of PP Simmons Radio. This is your host, Carl Gallups. We have some exciting news for you today. I have Mike Zullo on the line with me, and it appears as though, Mike, we have an announcement to make concerning the Obama fraud case. It appears that, let me just cut to the chase. Congressman Ted Yoho out of Florida, representing Florida's 3rd Congressional District, last night in a Tea Party meeting, and we have a recording of that audio clip we'll play in just a moment, but he made the announcement that Representative Steve Stockman, of course, whom you and I know, we've been talking with, but Congressman Ted Yoho said that Steve Stockman actually has a bill concerning the Obama fraud case, and that Ted Yoho is saying that he will join that bill with Stockman. He will join those efforts. So I tell you what, Mike, it's just a brief clip. Let me play that clip of Congressman Ted Yoho making that statement last night at a town hall meeting, and then we'll have your comments on it, Mike. Let me play this clip.
We were down at a tea party in the Ocala area, and the guy says, Steve Stockman's got a bill that's going to look into the birth certificate again. Would you be willing to co-sponsor? So I called Steve up. I said, when I got back, they said, yeah, we're doing that. Would you want to get on that? I said, yeah. And I said, I'd like to talk to Sheriff Ohio. And so that came right from there to here.
What do you know about it, and what kind of comments do you have on it, Mike Zullo? Thank you for being on the show today.
You know, the announcement that was made, I understand, must have come through some kind of town hall meeting. I don't really think it was an intentional announcement. There are things that obviously are going on that I am not at liberty to discuss. However, you did get one piece of information from this that I think everyone could glean on and understand now why I've been saying hold off in supporting any effort until what we have in mind comes to manifestation.
Yes.
And I think the opportune thing to glean from this is letters, handwritten, typewritten, letters sent to stuff into mailboxes seems to be what gets the most attention. And right now, with the fever pitch that is building, and obviously Congressman Stockman, being true to his word, is attempting to rally support for a bill that apparently he is considering. And I want to caution everybody, he's considering this. I don't think this is written in stone. I think now is the opportune time to start writing letters of support to Congressman Stockman, commending him for taking the brave stand that he's about to take.
Yes.
Giving your full weight and support behind it. Additionally, you can also begin to start sending those same kind of letters to your representatives in your districts, demanding some investigation be done on this issue. I was a little taken back by the comment where the congressman said that he was wanting to support this, but then as a caveat said, is this really the best use of my time?
Right.
And I know that he's over there touting the economy is what we should be focusing on. Let me tell you, there is nothing more important than this issue. This issue strikes at the heart of everything that is being done to this constitutional republic. And to say that we have to get a handle on the economy, well, to be honest with you, Congressman, you're about 5 years going into 6 years on this, and you've accomplished absolutely nothing. You can't get a hearing on Benghazi. You can't get to the bottom of Fast and Furious. There is nothing you've been able to do. As a matter of fact, that sitting president views Congress as irrelevant.
Yeah.
So I believe this is the time to start demanding, stuffing mailboxes, sending millions of letters to your congressmen, fill up their mailboxes while they're out now on recess. So when they get back there, they know you as the American people mean business and you want this matter looked into.
Yeah. Well, Mike, that's a good word, and I appreciate that. And so you're really emphasizing that to really get things done, letters, real letters, handwritten letters, hand-typed letters, stuffed in the mailbox, those kind of things, those kind of letters need to go. Now, emails and phone calls are fine, and if you can make those folks, I'm assuming that's good. But what Mike Zullo is saying, that he knows for a fact that these congressmen really, really respond when their mailboxes get full and letters start coming into their office. Is that right, Mike?
That's right, and I've been told that now by a number of Congress people, that those letters really do get the attention.
Yeah.
The emails are one thing, but you know what? They're just computer files, and they may see a couple numbers of them, maybe a couple emails, how many came in. But when you have a hard paper document, there's no place to put it. You have to start stacking them.
Right. And emails are nice and convenient and all of that, and sometimes powerful, but anybody can sit in their underwear, behind their computer screen and push a button and send an email. But for somebody to sit down and produce a hard copy letter these days, put it in a mailbox and send it, the Congress people know that those people are serious.
Yeah, and Carl, your listeners have been blowing up your inbox asking, what can we do? And this is, I'm not really particular on the timing of this. I don't really care for the timing of this or the way this kind of slipped out. But this was precisely why I was telling people, let's hold your powder dry.
Right.
Because I knew there was going to take a different kind of effort, and just emails or phone calls aren't going to do it. Handwritten, hand-typed, self-addressed stamped envelopes, that's going to get the attention we need. Cat's out of the bag. Steve Stockman's working. He's trying to enlist support for his idea of how to conquer this thing, and we just need to get supported. And you want to support it, you got to support him. You have to encourage him and send him those letters. Send your Congress people those letters of demand. You're going to demand an investigation now.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we've been saying for years now that the first congressmen or the first Congress people that would jump on this and get something done, bring it before Congress, could wind up being national heroes. And I mean, Steve Stockman appears to be one of those kind of guys who's not afraid to step out there in the line of fire, in the face of all of the demeaning and being tagged as a birther and everything else. He has seen the evidence. He knows the score. He knows what's going on, and he is alarmed enough as a U.S. congressman not only to get something started on it, but to apparently he's speaking with other congressmen now, and other congressmen are coming on board. And of course, we've been reporting that you too have spoken to other congressmen. We don't know what they'll do, but they've assured us that they will speak with Steve Stockman about this. So the ball seems to be rolling. And Mike, best of my memory, when you and I have had a meeting with Stockman, he laid out plans that included several angles of approach, and this one, as you said, that seems to have slipped out here just in the last 24 hours, this was one of them. So I'm excited to see that he's going forward with this and perhaps some of his other angles as well.
Well, and Carl, Steve is going to need financial support as well for his campaign. He will be targeted for taking this stand.
Oh, yes.
And it's going to take people from around the country to help support him in his campaign, his bid for re-election. I mean, they are going to go after him, and everybody knows it.
Yes.
So, he's going to need that. He's going to need your prayers, and he's going to need your written support.
Yes. Okay, that's great, Mike. You've just lined it out. He is going to need our prayers. Very important. He is going to need our written support, ASAP. And, yes, now Steve Stockman's not asking for contributions, but Mike and I are saying it's going to take that. We know, folks, you're listening to this broadcast, Steve Stockman is going to be targeted. He is going to be targeted, and they are going to do everything they can to shut him down, shut him up, and get him out of office when he's up for re-election very soon. So we've got to come together now, put our money where our mouth is. Let's get some letters out. Let's get some letters of support. Let's start blogging this, writing about this, getting word out to everybody we know, and let's support him with our money to help him as he runs for office, stays in, and gets this and sees this thing through. Right, Mike?
Yeah, Carl, I think you said it, as best as it's going to get said. The man is putting a big target on his back. Everybody that's against this issue is going to come full force against him, and he's going to need all the help and support that he could get. He is taking a stand for all of America as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, absolutely. Me as well. Well, Mike, let's wrap it up. I know you've got other places to go. You were gracious to give me this quick interview to affirm what all is happening. So God bless you, Mike. We'll be waiting for future updates. In the meantime, it appears as though Congressman Ted Yoho released the cat out of the bag last night, that Congressman Steve Stockman actually has a bill that he desires to introduce concerning the Obama fraud case. So this is the time to support Steve Stockman, folks, and your congressman, and get your congressman on board and get some letters written. Again, as Mike said, pray and get ready to send contributions to Steve Stockman, because he is going to need it. All right. Thank you. Mike Zullo, thanks for being on the show today.
Thank you, Carl. You have a great weekend.
All right. You as well. Folks, you have been listening to another edition of P.P. Simmons Radio. We will keep you posted on all of the news on the Obama fraud case as it breaks right here on P.P. Simmons News and Ministry. Thank you for listening.